Before you watch this video, I must warn you, I'm a worried guy and I want to talk to you about my worries. So you are warned if you are still watching. But I promise you, there is light at the end of the tunnel and it is not an incoming train. So, let's get started. I'm worried about many things I see going wrong in our societies, things that need to be solved, because if that is not happening, I'm afraid things will get worse. And then we might lose everything we have worked so hard for and that we love so much. So, I'm worried about the lack of affordable houses for our children so they cannot start living their lives. I'm worried because of ultra-rich people who already have tens of billions of dollars but need more. I'm worried about the apocalyptic climate change protesters who think they can do everything to enforce their goals. I'm worried about countries that bomb children and civilians because they think they protect themselves that way. I'm worried about the elite with their high moral standards, telling me what to eat, drink, and think. I'm worried about CEOs that make more than 100 times the average income in their company and get away with it. I'm worried about bullying autocratic leaders who think they can do everything without repercussions. I do not want to make my list too long, but you do understand there is much more to be worried about. Mind you, I'm just a regular, easygoing person who loves his family and friends. I have a decent job and live in a comfortable house. I love my country and its values. I respect other people's choices and accept them as they are. But in my happy life, I also see shadows on the wall. Shadows that make me feel uneasy and which are about the worries I just mentioned. You know what they say about complaining? One complaint is a complaint. Two complaints is moaning. If my children start moaning, I always ask them what they are going to do about it. I should apply the same rule to myself. The consequence is, I need to do something about my moaning. I don't want to be an old, grumpy whiner. But what can I do? How can I do something about my worries? I do not climb barricades. I do not do sit-ins. I do not send petitions to Parliament. I'm not a member of a political party. I do not protest and wreck universities. I also do not believe in conspiracy theories. For me, no aliens that take over the world. Nor do I believe in extremist solutions. No bloody revolutions for me. So what remains for me to do? It seems that I just swiped away all my potential activities. And then I started to think about what I'm good at. What can I do really well? And then it hit me. I remembered a quote from Gary Hirschberg. Every time you spend money, you're casting a vote for the kind of world you want. Consumers are the most powerful political group on the planet. Well, if there is something my wife and me are good at, then it is spending money. I'm a very enthusiastic consumer of services and products, all day long, every day. And then I realized that with my consumption, I can become an activist, a true win-win. I realized that I'm not only voting every 4 years for a new government, I vote every day for the society I want to be part of, through my wallet. This seems to be an incredible powerful tool because, for instance, if I don't like the tax evasion by the owner of a beer company, I can choose to boycott the company for some time. And if I don't like certain countries to bomb children, I can choose to boycott their products. And we all know that you hit companies and countries the most in their wallet, not with sit-ins or blocking highways, but just ignoring their products and services. And then I realized that I can do more as an engaged citizen. I can also follow and support independent media outlets that provide unbiased and comprehensive coverage of news and issues. This helps combat fake news and promotes informed decision-making. And I started to realize that my toolkit for action was even bigger. What about educating myself and others about media literacy to discern between credible sources and misinformation? Share resources and tools for critical thinking and fact-checking. Or what about using social media platforms to raise awareness about important issues, share credible information, and support campaigns for social and environmental justice? You have to stay informed about the issues that matter to you and share this knowledge with friends and family. An informed community is a powerful force for change. Change starts with understanding. So my toolkit became well-equipped, but still I had a problem. The issues at hand, such as the divided political landscape, immigration, or high-income inequality, are overwhelming. They are complex and tough. And this brings me to the next step. starting up a platform called Essentials. In Essentials, I want to deep dive into the current unrest and chaos in society and try to understand them. Why are our societies so divided? Why do many people believe in leaders such as Trump and Boris Johnson? How is it possible that nurses and firemen have difficulty making ends meet? What is the role of the elite of our countries? I think you get the idea. Of course, I can do all of this alone, but that will not have any impact. Nobody will be impressed when I stop drinking beer for a month, except for my wife. And the deep dives into the topics will also be limited if it is restricted to my contributions and insights only. We need to do this together. Maybe you think I'm just being naive, taking on these big issues. Well, there are other people that were initially underestimated and called naive. Think about Malala Yousafzai, Greta Thunberg, Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, or even Joan of Arc. Not a bad group to be part of. But let's not get carried away here. I invite you to join me on this journey by watching the videos, reflect, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and come up with actions. Together, we can build a platform with more than just videos. Together, we can make this a better world for everybody. So, accept my invitation, subscribe to the channel, and join me on this journey.